We are looking forward to that meeting that is at the vaal come this Tuesday. But before we get to the preview for what is an exciting line race program, just a reminder of our handles. You can get in touch with us on our way to win, and that is via Twitter at Waited to Win. And of course, you can like us on the WhatsApp. And we certainly look forward to input from you. Well, it is a Tuesday racing, another very good card for a midweek meeting at the vaal. We get straight into a bipod when we get into race 2, being a 9-race program. And Daryl is going to be suggesting that bipod, so it is appropriate to start with Mr. Burrows. He is hybrid once again, and it is a warm welcome to you, Darren, as we look forward to Tuesday racing. And one or two very useful sorts, namely in race 1, you've got Almond C, but we're going to be looking ahead to another odds-on favourite, and that is in race 2.
Yes, Cecil, I think we're going to clean up on this card, to be honest, because I've actually labelled, I think, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 runners on the card. Almond C's already running but Marauding Horde, now second on debut to Presley, flying up at the finish over 1400 on the stand-side track, drawn deep. It was a cracking effort. Presley's won again. The mile's going to suit, and I think he's probably in a different division to this field.
Yes, indeed. That was a very eye-catching finish by Marauding Horde. That 400 to finish was a 21.1, and that was actually hours on course. And this was just seemed to be dropped in into the race. Presley had the race won, and of course, after Saturday, Presley's impressive victory, although there's a Mike DeCock factor as well. Namuhao is one to watch over more ground, I thought, after that good second.
Yeah, certainly an eye-catching debut, Cecil. I mean, he was low-flying. Horse that finished 7 lengths behind him was Golden Pavilion.
Yeah.
He's come out and won. I just had a look at the race. You know, he's drawn wide again, so I don't think they're going to bounce him and try place him very handy. I mean, I don't know if he just had no speed on debut, but he was given a chance and he was finishing his race off smartly. I think I certainly believe in time to come he's going to be divisions ahead or above what he meets here today. But I've got respect for number 2, Atarime. He loved the step up in trip to a mile. He's going to get the run of the race. He's drawn 1, so I'm expecting him to be closer to the pace. And his form line was also franked with Thunny Player winning over the weekend. So I certainly have a preference for the favourite. I've just got a little bit of concern. Is he going to be caught behind some of the lesser fancied of here? And Atarima getting first run on him. So I expect them to finish in that order. I'm just happy doubling up. So I'm going safe over here, 2 and 9.
Okay, so let's just confirm that we are going to be looking at the bipod selection right now. And looking to double up is Mr. Marie, 2 and 9. If those two can't see us through, then it is going to be a long afternoon ahead. And happy to say that in race number 7, we've got the 9 as a banker. And that is Vix Princess, an impressive winner on first run here on the high felt for the stable of Tony Peter. That's an outlay of 240 Rand. And just to confirm, we're off with race 2 at exactly 1 o'clock. I think as we progress through the card, the words of Darren Burrows when he suggests that there are a few horses to be bullish about, that certainly comes in is a case in point in race number 3. We saw Sukhumvit first time out running on nicely behind Beating Wings, who's since franked that form, and it looks to be upwardly mobile. But Sukhumvit, after that very good second, came out and won and obliterated the field next time out for Alec Laird, and that was owner Mr. Nick Johnson. Kissing Machine comes out of that Sukhumvit form line, Mr. Burrows. Do you expect the necessary improvement forthcoming?
Definitely. I expect her to win, Cecil. I spoke to one of the owners of her, and he told me this is one of their Guineas filly. She ran second to Sukhumvit. Sukhumvit well above average. But this filly was drawn 8 out of 8 on the stand-side track 14. And I really like that run. 3 lengths off Sukhumvit, cracking debut. Drawn out deep again, but I still believe she's going to be a class above. So I'm expecting Kissing Machine to get off the market the second time of asking.
All right, Darren. Thanks so much for that. Kissing Machine, a 3-year-old daughter of Master of my favorite, who comes from a stable that has certainly hit their straps. That is the Waishong Mawing stable. Muzieni retains the ride. Wideish draw. But if we were too late at that 12 to 10, which I see is on off an hour after 13 to 10 had been taken, if we are too late to get that 12 to 10, we could be kissing the bet goodbye here.
Yeah, I would wait. She's going to drift out.
She's going to drift out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Would I be surprised to see her trot up? Absolutely not, Cecil. But, you know, she's traveling to the vaal for the first time, got a wide draw to contend with. She's relatively inexperienced. She could be a nice filly in the making. I'm not questioning that. But I think there are some question marks. So I've played a little bit wider. Number 11, Say It With Roses. You know, her debut was against a very, very weak field. Last time out, she was well beaten. But I think from a one draw, Gavin knows her better, and she's a bit one pace. So I'm expecting her to be handier this time around. I'm expecting him to make more use of her. I can see improvements on her behalf. And then have a look at Manu Pandaram's 6-year-old mare. Yeah. Now, obviously, she's been kept in training because she must be highly regarded, or not highly regarded. They must expect her to have more ability than what she's shown to date. That form line's working out extremely well. There's horses that were beaten 13 and 14 lengths in that race that have come out and won, not directly but indirectly. And she's by Dynasty out of her Iliador mare. Blinkers go off. The stable's flying at the moment. And she's unexposed over this distance. Maybe if you're playing trifectas and quartets, include her at a big price.
Okay, so I see the PA here. I do believe that we're going to go 9 and 11. You're going to take the
we're
double
going to
up?
treble up, yeah.
Okay.
We're going to treble up.
We are going to treble up, and let's have a look at the selection from Daryl rather. And it is a very wide start. He is going to try and beat the favorite. I dare say that wide draw on the classic track has also made you cautious. 2, 4, 8, 9, and 11. That is the selection of the first leg. And there is that banker again in that fifth leg, which would be race number 7, the 9. And then we round off with the 1 and 4 at the back. 240 Rand is the outlay to that PA. I've got a feeling that Daryl certainly does mean a business on a Tuesday as far as the selections are concerned. The exotics, that is his PA selection. So the pick six will open in race number 4 at 10 past 2, and we get into handicaps. St. Mary to it at 84. Unfortunately, we've lost our godfather, and understandably, it is insufficient recovery time, having run in one of the latter races on Saturday at Turventine. Godfather will be at scratching, leaving us a field of 10. And let's just get the input from Daryl before we get a pick six suggestion from Darren. It is race number 4. Let's talk about race number 4 and what would be the suggestion here. Would I take it where the wizard would be a close suggestion here?
Yeah, Cecil, before we get to discussing the race, take note, Eiffel Tower ran second behind Just Nuisance, beaten a neck. And then Ryan's Boulevard ran fourth, beaten 2.5 lengths by Presley. I'm not too sure if they're going to line up. So just follow the card changes closer to the time. Weather Wizard, now, here's a horse I have no doubt he's better than his current rating. But he's such a big son of Rafif that he's taken some time to fill out his frame and strengthen up. In a few months' time, we're going to see a much better horse. But he's still a little bit weak for that frame. I'm not saying he can't win. I expect him to go very close. But I'm saying in a few months' time, he's going to be a different horse, Cecil, as he strengthens up and improves with racing. I like his chances. He could get the run of the race. He's drawn alongside Bob's Your Uncle, who's got good early toe, and he's fitted with a blinker. So I'm expecting him to go to the front, and he's drawn 2, so he could get the perfect toe through. I've backed him up with one horse only. Now, if you do like Weather Wizard, you have to have respect for Haslo Grande. I mean, he's 3.5 kilograms better off or lesser in a length beating. But last time out, he wasn't moving well. So follow him going down to the start. I like the look as the danger being number 10, Viva Spirit. Now, his sister won over 2,000 meters, and I even think 2,200. He's by Erupt. Have a look at his rating. He's come down to an 84 and he's going the extra distance, which I think he's going to love. So for me, I'm not looking past numbers 9 and 10.
9 and 10. And now this is race number 4, the first leg of the Pick 6. Darren, how are we going to negotiate this first leg? It is a field reduced to 10 runners with the scratching of Godfather. And as rightly Mr. Marie points out, that form update second, 0.20 lengths behind the winner then. That was just Nuisance Eiffel Tower. And then 6 Ryan's Boulevard. We've already mentioned the winner of that race a couple of times, and that is Presley. Let's cross over to Darren. And your thoughts on race number 4. Could that weight turnaround with the 7 Haslow Grande have any impact on the Weather Wizard?
Not at all. Not for me. I thought Weather Wizard close to a banker and everything. I have chosen to bank him. He's a lovely big horse, and that short layoff he's had now, he could have only strengthened up and improved. He's going to go handy. And with that long run in, he's probably going to get busy at the 600 already to gather that big stride. And I think he's just going to extend from them late. The 1800 on the standside track was a tough field for him last time out. I thought he ran a cracking race. He was staying on all the way to the line. And with 55.5 kilos, good draw, I really can't see them matching him. The 2 form update horses, Eiffel Tower has to give him 4.5 kilos. He's a very small horse. And Ryan's Boulevard, I think he's a 1,400 meter horse. So if they take their part, I'm not too concerned about them.
Okay, so we're sold, Darren. Weather Wizard seems to be the one to be on, and that is a winner suggestion from Darren. And it doesn't end there. It is Pick 6 is also coming up, and that is a banker Weather Wizard by field by the 1. By the 9, and I do believe that is Vic's Princess, and then it is virtually the field in race 5 and leg 5 rather, and race 9 of the final leg. It is definitely a field, and that does look catchable, all things being equal. So we look forward to that Pick 6, which starts race 4 with that first handicap of the afternoon at 10 past 2 being one that we will have good interest in. All right, so we should be through that first leg of the Pick 6. By the time we get to race 5, we're looking for a jackpot that will just consolidate our Pick 6 and our bipots. And at the top of the boards in race number 5 will be number 4 Fully Automatics, since that win at big odds has come through to win again and run a very, very good third, just touched off by Max the Otter. The market rival will be the Heather Adamson runner, number 9. Give me the flame now. Mr. Burrows, you come from the training ranks. You know what it takes to be a small trainer as well as a big trainer. The Adamson stable seems to be doing so well. She seems to be placing her horse as well. And with the solitary runner here, she should expect some more stake money. But Fully Automatics is your current favorite.
Yes, Heather Adamson, she doesn't have a lot of horses, but she's a very good horseman, and she really does well. I've seen her improve on a couple of horses that have joined her stable. So very good luck to her with Give Me the Flame. I think she's a big runner in this lineup with the apprentice allowance. Her last start, I think the 1,600 was stretching her a little bit. The drop-in trip's going to be ideal. And then you got Fully Automatics. Since being stepped up in trip, he's done absolutely nothing wrong. He's unbeaten course and distance. Last time out, he confirmed that he could race competitively off his rating, so he'll run another honest race. And then the Burtis runner, Inevitable. I was impressed with the manner in which he won last time out, and I think she's going to love the step up in trip with the 4 kilo claim. So 1, 4, and 9.
1, 4, and 9 are for Darren. Now, as far as the fifth race is concerned, just touching on a stable that had a very lean time of it, came out and landed a bit of a coup, and it was a bit of a training feat with Joey Somers winner, the Royal Mazarin, coming off nearly a 300-day rest and a 1 and 1 well. Shows that if you've got the stamina, if you're against horses that are a bit suspect, you still hold out.
Yeah, it was great to see Joey have another winner.
Yeah.
Well, come back to and have a winner because he's been through a tough time. I actually asked Gabriel Sommer to find out why Anytime Champ hasn't been wearing the tongue tie since making a winning debut with it. And then I think he went straight into a grade 1. But apparently he's too troublesome for them to fit it. And he gets too worked up. But yeah, I liked him last time. He wasn't doing much in the later stages. Cecil, yeah, Fully Automatics. You have to like the fact that he's super fit. He's going to go handy. He could keep rolling. But I think number 2 can reverse the form. JP 2000. Now, Last time out, he had the worst draw to contend with. He showed no pace on that occasion. He gets the blinkers refitted from a one draw, and Dennis will bounce him and get him into the race. And I think he's going to sit directly behind full automatics, and he's 4 kilograms better off. So I'm going to state that JP 2000, in my opinion, will reverse the form with fully automatics. If Thumby was well drawn, and I knew he's well been, and if he was fancied, he'd certainly be my first choice because I think he's better than his current rating. But he does return from a rest, and he's got a wide draw to contend with. But watch him in the future. I think he will win his races. I'm going for number 2 over here, JP 2000.
All right, so you are giving us a place accumulator, Jackpot rather. This is Jackpot 1, and we do know that numbers 2 and 6 will certainly be in the mix there. Indeed, it is 1, 2, 4, and 6 in that first leg. And what is a very, very popular horse, and we're going to be getting to that in 2 races' time, is number 9, a banker in race number 7, which will be the penultimate leg of the first jackpot, and that is Vic's Princess. That is your selection from Daryl, and it is a 64 Rand, the outlay, so an inexpensive outlay, and we've seen him with these smaller outlays come through and get the Lotsky. So let's hope that Tuesday is no exception. Well, race 6 is the fillies and mares at 74. They'll be going over the 1,450 meters for the 6th of our 9 races, and no scratchings here. Just a form update that I'm sure we'll get from our expert on my right here, number 9, a Fairy Circle, and that goes back to just last Saturday. In fact, as we allude to you, Fairy Circle went down very well in one of the latter stages of the meeting at Turpentine. Schmanger gave Fairy Circle a good warm-up, and I think I want to be on the right side of in future, but I don't think it's part of your plans here.
Yeah, I actually like the way she moved down to the starts in the canter pass,
Oh,
like
so
you touched on.
flattered.
But she finished tailed off. Yeah. She finished last behind Presley, well beaten. Yeah, Cecil, you can see My Lady Soul's in cracking form. She's got fitness, she's got the draw. She's just got a hefty pudding to shoulder. But she can certainly win her second career victory over here because a lot is in her favour. Have a look at Miss Shivey. Now, she's had 2 comeback runs since being rested. And when she had those runs, the stable wasn't having their winners yet. They were having places, but they hadn't broken the ice. And now they have, I think, of her current rating of 76, having her peak run from a neat draw, I'm going to be leaning towards her because she does get that 4 kilograms from My Lady Soul. So I'm going Miss Shivey ahead of My Lady Soul, and I have respect for the recent maiden winners, Courageous and Mizencel. They won well, and they could be competitive in their handicap debuts, but I got a preference for 8 from 1.
Right, talking about Courageous, Mr. Burrows, took a while to get that maiden tag, but when getting that maiden win at the 11th time of asking, we've had 3 direct winners, and we had an indirect winner just a couple of days back, a few days back rather. That is the work riders maiden in the form of the Sean Terry runner Freedom Square. Now, obviously, it wouldn't be at the top of your list, but I dare say Courageous could have found the confidence to go on and put up some nice performances.
Yeah, Cecil, I've never been a big fan of this filly, and she broke her maiden by 4 lengths, but even though there's been direct winners, I really can't have her chances. Now, I saw a post on Facebook yesterday saying that whenever I tip a 1,000 Rand win bet, they get beat. So I just wanted to let them know that I've tipped 13 horses for over 750 Rand for 8 winners and 4 seconds. So I don't know who made that comment. They put it as anonymous, but that's completely wrong. I'm suggesting a 750 Rand win bet on My Lady Soul because I think she is a banker in all bets. Last time out, she was beaten by a decent sort beating Wings. And the previous time, she was beaten by Lady Fallon, who placed in a feature race after that behind the Mike de Kock and another runner I can't recall. So I think My Lady Soul from a good draw, the 1450 ideal, I expect her to win.
Okay, so the 1450 ideal, and there certainly has been a knocking on the door very, very loudly. I think if you really look back on form, the only run that was off it a bit was behind the Give Me Another, but we do know that Give Me Another has been obliterating all its fields. I think has won a 4 from 4, and 2 of those have been graded features. Well, there's no doubt where we will be focusing our attentions for this 7th of 9 races from both our tipsters. We know that there's a lot of confidence about Vix Princess making it 3 wins from as many outings. That is a genuine hat-trick since relocating. But we're looking at runner here. The colours nearly pulled it off on Saturday in one of the latter races, Mr. Cohen's run. Mrs. Browning, it was a run note that I think you can put a line through. Would you give that a bit of a swinger, exact, or maybe play chance?
Strange music.
Yeah.
Sorry, strange magic.
Strange magic.
Yeah. Cecil, you know, she's one over the course in distance, one from one. She's been put away. On her best form, I certainly give her a place chance.
Yeah.
I think she'll have to be really tuned up and 100% to get the better of Vix Princess, and I doubt that will be the case because obviously they're going to build her up and hopefully peak her at the right time. But I don't think this is a race really that she'll be compete for the top honours. Vix Princess, now the comments from the yard weren't that upbeat last time out. They said they haven't had a lot of time with her and she may just be in need of that start. But boy, oh boy, did she impress. And she impressed from the jump of that race because she pinged the gates, she got into a perfect position and she was never in doubt. And just on what I saw, this filly is going to go on with it. She's going to win her races. Yeah, she's got no weight to shoulder from a neat draw. Tony's had more time with her. She'll strip much fitter. And she looks, based on the jockey arrangements, the right one from the yard. So I think we can follow this filly with some confidence. I think she's certainly loaded with ability.
Right, Darren, it is certainly jockey arrangements that suggesting that Calvin Abib is on the right one and hoping to stay unbeaten on a Vix Princess. But Abel, jockey on the 8 runway bomb, who's also been with Tony, in fact, has been with Tony for quite a while, and also on a genuine hat-trick as far as the back-to-back victories are concerned. But I do know where you are going with your suggestion in race 7.
Well, I did think it was between the Peter runners, but the riding arrangements and the manner in which Vix Princess put that field to bed last time out, first run out the maidens, she was impressive, and she's only got 53.5 kilos. So I'm going to say Vix Princess is worth a bet, but not a big bet. I would say a small bet of 250 Rand. Runway Bomb the Danger. And don't exclude River Carraris. We know how good she is on her day, and Pia Stradum takes the ride. So I'm going 9-8-2.
9-8-2 would be the suggestion if you were going to go beyond just that win bet. And there is a confident selection from Darren. Yet another win bet from him. And as he suggests, and I think we have to echo his confidence, it could be a fill your pockets day or fill your boots day at the Vaal come this Tuesday. Race 7 will also be a last chance to get involved in a pick 3. You might just want to venture and a banker in that first leg with Vix Princess, Calvin Abib and Tony Peter.